got an old intro with, man. That's poppycock.
Itchy some poppycock.
Alright. Okay, we're doing this. It's almost 12:30 on Saturday. It's the first retro wrestling night we've done in a long time. Uncle Bill picked this one out. This is the In Your House St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And I think it's the first one we've watched from the Attitude Era, right?
Yeah, this has got
This is
all of your classic Attitude stars in it, including Mankind and The Rock, Stone Cold.
That's right. The debut of the Big Show, Paul White.
That's right.
Let's just call him Paul White. When he
whip some ass.
Ass fucking Paul White! Anyway, yeah, we're going to be watching that in a little bit, but we've got some supplies. I actually got some fresh poppycock.
Mmm.
And Uncle Bill actually brought some faggot cookies for us. Multicolored, rainbow faggot cookies.
That's what they're called, too. That's exactly what they're called.
You like those. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to talk about this St. Valentine's Massacre. Why did you, Uncle Bill, pick this film to review? That's what I want to know.
Because for that exact reason, this is the first of those films that I actually remember watching, pay-per-views like this back in high school.
It's not. Did we say it was a film?
Oh yeah, it is a film. Pay-per-view. And I actually do remember watching these though. And I just wanted to get back to that era, when we've got into wrestling again really, really hardcore. And this is definitely at the height of that era. I don't think that, I think it went downhill progressively from 1999 actually.
Do you? I don't think it did.
Oh, it did. So you got all kinds of
Well,
killer
there's a damn cat hidden over there.
And really, I just wanted to see D-Lo and Ivory again.
Yeah. Now, you remember when Ivory used to wear, she would her gimmick was she would bring this, purple sash thing down there and just wave it around. Oh!
I remember...
but you'd get one of them. That'd be your gimmick.
I remember PMS. It was on for 2 months, which I think was that Terry Runnels and Jackie and Ivory in it at one time.
Ah, she may have been. She's been in a lot of really crappy gimmicks over the years. Remember the Right to Censor?
Yeah, she had a little bow tie shit on. Ew, look at you. So anyway, yeah. I want to see if this stuff is as good as I remember it was from that era. It's probably not, but we're going to find out.
Fucking ass up here.
So this is retro wrestling night here. We just got done watching this St. Valentine's Day Massacre in your house. And right now with special guest commentary, it's the legendary Noodles. What did you think about it, Noodles? Wasn't that end match killer with Vince and Stone Cold? Did you enjoy the match with Badass Billy Gunn as a guest referee? That's killer. Oh, I'm serious, so I'm serious to God. So,
Let's kick this off. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I guess it's February 14th, 1999. Over 11 years ago. Well, that's hard to believe. How old are we, motherfucker? We were out of high school already then.
We were 19 years old.
So, anyway. I don't remember a lot of shit that was on there.
I don't remember hardly any of it, really, except for the very last thing
I remember the end, because that was sort of the big thing. That was a surprise. But let's go through it one by one. The opening match on the card, of course, is Goldust versus blue dust.
Yeah, and I think that may be the only match that wasn't placed on the back of the box. They were like, ah, shit. Nobody wants to know.
So what do you think of it? Was that a quality match in your opinion?
No, it was a really horrible match. But I mean,
Noodles was telling me earlier she liked it.
Everybody knew that was going to be a horrible. I think even back then they knew it was going to be a horrible match. Here's my question though: why in the hell, even to this day? Now that's been 11 years ago, and Goldust is still using the same gimmick. Why in the fuck won't they give him just a new gimmick?
Well, actually, in between that, he did have the 7 gimmick, which lasted. Well, the vignettes lasted weeks.
Yeah, but that was WCW. I'm talking about WWE.
The gimmick itself lasted one day.
Yeah.
I think that was actually shortly after this. He'd left for a while. But the question we were asking each other, is how the fuck did Blue Meanie even get a damn job?
Yeah, especially back then, because like I can see maybe if ECW had already been out of business, they just gave him a job for pity or something. But they were still in business. They actually picked him out of all the people in ECW and gave him a job.
I don't know. That always confused me. But,
so up next is this was actually a really good match. I was amazed as far as these kind of matches go. The Hardcore Championship match with Al Snow versus Bob Holly.
And do your Bob Holly impersonation.
How do you like me now?
Down. Here come on, Bob Holly.
That guy sucked, but this match was awesome just because, I mean, they used everything at their disposal and actually took it out to the river.
Yeah, and everyone remembers the whole thing where they're throwing each other in a damn river. Was the Mississippi River or something like that? And yeah, I mean these hardcore matches. That's the thing that was about this show that was a little different. Is like just the whole attitude of, well, literally WWF attitude at the time. Like a lot of stuff is totally different than stuff you'd see now. Like they just do things that are just way out there, and I can understand why they stopped. A lot of the concussions and stuff are not good, but it's just kind of fun to see different sort of things, like the hardcore matches and stuff like that. Even though back when they were happening, I remember we grew really sick of those matches after a while.
Well, I mean, ECW is the reason they started doing those matches. Let's not lie or kid ourselves about it. But like after a point in time, there's only so many times you can watch somebody get hit with brooms and fucking garbage cans and stop signs and stuff.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit old. But
the match after that though was a real barn burner.
This is one of those matches that I was afraid of around this time period. It's one of those throwaway matches. It was a tag team match with Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart versus.
No, they must have left this one out. You forgot about this one.
What difference does it make?
But I want to
do them in order.
I want to talk about this one. I know they ain't got that one on the back either because it's just something awful. You don't remember this already? Fucking Big Boss Man versus Median. You want to leave Median out?
I'd really like to forget about that match, to be honest.
Buddy, look.
But on the bright side, he did bring an eyeball down to the ring with him. So
he had the eyeball and jar and told Jerry Lawler to watch his eye.
Keep an eye out on it for him.
Keep an eye out for him. But yeah, he listens to the purity of evil, or whatever he said. Obeys the purity of evil, or something.
I did like. I like the Warlock Undertaker, the Amish Undertaker gimmick like 1,000 times better than I like his gimmick right now. Right now he's like tranny Undertaker. Look at him. I got black eyeliner on.
He had eyeliner on then, though.
I'm fucking transvestite, man. I'm wrestling.
Something else we were wondering, too, is like, I'm guessing he got hurt or something, like, and that transition from Warlock Undertaker to American Badass Undertaker. But I don't know. I don't remember what the last match was for Warlock Undertaker.
Like, how the fuck did it go from dead guy to Warlock to a biker? And then everybody's like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and well, another thing too that's even more funny is he was a biker that came down to the ring listening to fucking Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's even more, and Kid Rock and shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, the other match though was the Jeff Jarrett Owen Hart tag team match for the tag team championship with Mark Henry and D'Lo with Ivory. What do you got to say about that match?
Well, not a lot really. I mean, the one thing that was interesting is Mark Henry, I guess at the time, had a gimmick that he was dating Ivory. Ivory was his girlfriend. And I'm like, God damn, I'm hoping they're actually paying Ivory a little bit more money to fucking actually hug up with this nasty looking motherfucker and make out with him and shit like that. Because Ivory, you know, she a little older woman even then, but still, you know, I mean, good looking woman. I'm thinking she might have been in her late 30s, early 40s by that point, because she'd been around a long time. She was like ladies of wrestling events and stuff like that. It's like Tina Ferrari or something. I don't know if you remember that, but she was like one of the bigger. I think she was like the big women's champion of that federation when it was out. Anyway, the match was sort of shitty. I mean, anything with Mark Henry in it, I'm just like, it's just fucking fast forwarded because I don't really have much interest in it. And Jeff Jarrett, I've never been a fan of Jeff Jarrett. I always thought when they stuck Owen Hart with him, that was sort of shit. They would actually stick Owen Hart with, like we were talking about this as well, a cavalcade of shitty fucking tag team partners.
Yeah, we were talking about, he was with the New Foundation, which was him and Jimmy Anvil. Then he was with High Energy, which was him and Coco Beware. And I'm sure he was in the corporate, what was that fucking, was he in the corporate ministry?
Fuck, I don't know.
I think he was. Like, for some reason he ended up in the ministry, or he was in one of those corporate factions around that time too. But yeah, he always had like the worst luck getting put in fucking tag teams and factions and stuff like that.
And then you had Deborah with them. And Deborah was hot, but she was kind of useless because she couldn't really do anything right or good.
No, but she did marry Mongo, baby.
Well, the won't think you did right.
I guess the next match would have been Shamrock versus Val Venus for the Intercontinental Championship.
Woo!
I actually didn't mind this match that much. It was actually better than it had any damn right to be, considering it had Val Venus in it.
It also had the short-lived Ryan Shamrock, who was a stripper they had hired evidently, and my God, man, what a fucking hot piece of ass she was. I actually don't even remember her being that hot, but I was like, wow.
Let me give you a rough approximate. She had shit on that was so fucking tight that like she could barely move. So she was like, here's how she came out there.
Notice was watching it. Look at my. Yeah, anytime that she would actually bend over, it'd be one of those deals where she hold the back of her fucking dress. He's like, I don't have any fucking underwear on.
I'm gonna show you my vagina.
You're gonna see the baby. But I think Ken Shamrock though made a bad decision when he left WWF to do the, you know, had he ever won another mixed martial arts like after he left WWF?
He pretty much lost every single match.
Like everything, and I don't know. I thought that was a stupid choice because he wanted to make a return to MMA, and he was an older guy, but he did, oddly enough, have like a romantic thing going on with the girl that played his sister, which is a lucky motherfucker. But yeah, she was like 20 at that point. But yeah, I don't know what the hell she's doing now. I wonder if she's still stripping. I mean, maybe we can go.
She's stripping.
We can go pay her a visit.
But the thing is, I actually really, really liked Ken Shamrock as a wrestler around this time period, but they never, they gave him an initial push and never really did shit with him after that. And then Val Venus, everybody knows how fucking worthless Val Venus is.
Well, yeah, but it's not really, I don't even know if it's really his fault. I mean, it's just one of those guys that they gave this gimmick to that after the hilarity, loses its charm, he's sort of fucked.
Well, you know when that jumped the shark, don't you, in my opinion? It was when they act like they cut his dick off. Whatever call that what was his name? Kai. But anyway.
Match after that, though. What we got?
Match after that would have been the Triple H and X-Pac.
China.
Versus China and who the hell else was it? Kane. Oh, God.
Kane.
Here's the thing. I don't know why, but every match I've ever seen that features Kane is always a fucking drag. Like, it's always really, really slow because basically all he can do is those little, short little uppercut punches. And
you notice all those guys do that shit with where they're doing with their hand. Oh, God, I'm going to stab you with the fucking edge of my hand.
And it was really, really awful. But here's I thought that China did okay. China was actually, besides Beth Phoenix, she was one of the only women that looked like that could actually do anything at all. I mean, Beth Phoenix is a lot better wrestler than she was, but around that time she was okay. Now she's beating up women in a hotel room for crack. But
yeah, what we were thinking too while we were watching the match And maybe, I mean, it might even be funny if we did running commentary for these matches, but nobody give a fuck, really. Is China, aside from Kane, has had sexual relations with everybody that's in that fucking ring. And that we know of. I mean, she might have fucked Kane, too.
She may have had, relations with
everybody. We were
everybody.
talking about, the One Night in China porno tape where it's her and, like, X-Pac, and then X-Pac proceeds to suck her little mini dick.
I'm begging you not to talk about that. That
makes
me ill.
Here's what her little mini dick looked like. This thing right here.
Oh, my God.
And X-Pac.
Here's the thing, though, seriously, like, I've read about this before with women that use steroids and stuff. It's testosterone, so it causes, like,
staring at you.
It causes you to, like, develop like a man. So
that's right.
That's got to be what it was, because I mean, she had what appeared to be a small dick.
She had a little baby dick.
And what's even worse than that, X-Pac's down there. Like
X-Pac's all over that little baby dick.
Anyway, that match, the actual match, not to mention like China's mini dick, was it was okay. It was like I didn't mind as much as although I hate Kane. That's just like everybody hates Kane though, except Prager.
But the big the last two matches were really what made this pay-per-view, I think, and one of them was, of course, was an I Quit match with Kane with
Last Man Standing
match with The Rock and Mankind was what he was still called at the time, and they had like a big feud going, and I think starting at the Royal Rumble where Foley had dropped the belt. Tell people, look what time it is. It's fucking 15 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody's still texting you or what, but God. You keep all your drug deals away from my house.
Hold on a second, I got to text and give me my crack.
But
you get over here and fix up that housing for me.
But yeah, I mean, the feud going on at the time, Royal Rumble, The Rock, it was an I Quit match, Royal Rumble, The Rock won that.
That was a good match. I remember that where he beat the shit out of him with the chair and I mean, it wasn't a good match per se, but it was a memorable one.
And then like the halftime at the Super Bowl, they had the empty arena match where Mankind won the belt back. And I mean, they had a really good feud, and a lot of it was due to fucking Mick Foley and some of the stuff that he was doing. I mean, I guess he's really lucky that he has still control of all his functions and shit, because
he's not shitting in a colostomy bag
all the stuff. Oh man, that he would just do in a normal match, blows to the back of the head, just some sick stuff that would happen every one of his matches.
I think after that match, though, the Royal Rumble match, I never really saw him do anything like as hardcore as that stuff was, though. Yeah. I mean, he did some stuff, but like after the Hell in a Cell match with the Undertaker, and then after that Royal Rumble match, he kind of like he must have been like, I got to tone this down. I'm gonna die.
We're doing a virtual Uncle Bill.
Yeah, but in this match, like the only thing I noticed that he did that looked like it would be considerably painful was he took a backdrop like off a table, and then he the stairs that run up to the ring.
Yeah.
He let The Rock like drop one of those from inside the ring onto him as he's laying outside the ring, which looked like that fucking hurt like hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of bounced off his bones or something.
Yeah. Really good match. I think it was like a double count out though.
Yeah, the ending sucked.
That's the thing you sort of get with some of the In Your House events and stuff like that. And, but the main event, of course, was Austin and McMahon in a cage, and this was one of the. A lot of people shit on these cages, like it was known as the Big Blue Cage, but they, of course, the Attitude Era, they was painting everything that was blue black. Just the big steel bars and stuff like that. It wasn't the chain link cage or anything. And this must have been one of the last shows where they used that cage. But yeah, I mean, hell, the feud they had, of course, is still legendary. Everyone talks about it, and it's really what saved WWF and got them way ahead in the ratings from WCW at the time. But yeah, I guess the story was McMahon had won the Rumble and had won the right for the championship or something like that, which I don't know if he's going to, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but Austin was fighting him for that chance for the world title against The Rock at WrestleMania. And And that was the setup.
So, we get in the cage. And here's a couple things I noticed right off the bat that makes this match different from anything that they do now. Okay, number one, Stone Cold like gets the mic and cusses into it immediately.
Oh shit!
But also though, another cool thing though about the last match that we didn't mention, the Rock Mankind match, is that actually in the middle of the match, The Rock started calling his own match from the announcer's table, which he used to do back then, and that's always awesome that he could actually.
Nobody else does that.
Do that, yeah.
Or did that.
So anyway, back to that match. McMahon blades himself, which you never see that now, and which is weird. The same guy now that would fire people that blade themselves, fucking bladed himself in that match. So whatever. Also though, the biggest thing about this match, and that I don't remember this at all, is that he took a huge bump from the top of the cage out onto the table, like all Mankind from the Hell in a Cell match, but not that high. But still, like, it was insane looking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he was like in his early 50s at that point anyway. Something else that was interesting too, we were talking about this, especially related to like current stuff that's happening, is they were completely fine with Austin choking the hell out of McMahon, you know, with the camera cable, you know, for a while. They were showing it. And now, of course, the news is that Bryan Danielson was released for doing sort of the same thing.
I still don't believe that, though.
We'll see. But the match was really good. I mean, that feud was that was one of the best feuds, maybe the best feud in that whole Attitude Era thing.
Yes.
Even though McMahon really wasn't a wrestler, it just worked so perfectly. The dynamic was there. And, of course, the end of that match was the debut of Big Show, who we know now. They just called him by his real name, Paul White, then. And I don't know if that was really a good debut or not, because he ended up causing McMahon to lose by throwing Austin through the cage and out to the outside.
I actually thought that the end of that match was really a really good idea, though, because you didn't want to have it where the Big Show absolutely just... Well, you knew that Stone Cold had to make it to that match, okay? So the Big Show shows up, that's his debut, you're going to make him look strong. But you don't want you got to get Stone Cold in that match somehow. So they did like a perfect compromise, which is they had the Big Show pick up Stone Cold, throw him at the cage, and then like the side of the cage falls off, and he just falls into the floor, and therefore he like wins the match.
Looking shocked, like what just happened. Yeah, really good ending to the match. Actually, a pretty good pay-per-view. I didn't think it was that bad at all.
No,
we really didn't fast forward through anything on this one. That's why we're doing this about 10 to 4 o'clock in the morning.
We did spend some time, though, talking about China's mini dick in between matches.
Yeah, you gotta love China's mini dick. It turns me on. I just pretend that's her mini dick. But anyway, that is it for the Retro Wrestling Night. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the one and only. This is the only one they did, Uncle Bill. It's an odd thing. They never did it again, I guess, because Valentine's Day doesn't fall on Sunday every year. But
that's it. That's all there is.
But to next time, Uncle Bill.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people wanted to know. I don't have anything in front of me. I'm just going to clue you in. The next Retro Wrestling Night, we're going to take it to the extreme.